Hi, this is my very first YouTube video. I'm doing an idea that quite a lot of other people have done in the past. Big Beatles fan, and with the White Album, I've often wondered what would happen if it was a 15-track single album. There are of course 30 tracks, as Beatles fans will know. So I thought I'd do my rundown of from my least favourite to my favourites. And the top 15 would be the ones I would have as a solo album. But anyway, or single album I should say. I'm Pete Hall, it says so below there. And into the 30 we go. At number 30, well, for most people I know the least favourite track is Revolution number 9. And indeed, the number 30 is right, it's by John Lennon. But it isn't Revolution 9. It's Your Blues. I can't stand Your Blues. If I've got the album on CD, I'll listen to it. If I'm out, that one gets fast forwarded. Just something about Your Blues I just can't get into, never could. So number 30, Your Blues is out. And also a lot of people know that my favourite Beatle was in fact Paul McCartney. I just think he writes better standards. Just one of those things. But at 29, it's the man himself. And again, it's just, why don't we do it in the road? I don't really care. Just one of those things. Paul, it's not your best song, but it's out of the way. And unfortunately, he's back again at 28 with Wild Honey Pie. Nothing wrong with it. In fact, it's just unusual. But it's just a sort of nothing track, so I'm not really bothered by it. So that's it, that's your first three. And now we get on to this guy. I love Ringo, I think Ringo's great. And I do like Don't Pass Me By. But I just prefer so many other tracks on the White Album that it did end up quite low down. So if you wonder why I'm looking down here, I've actually got the list written down here. So at number 27 is Don't Pass Me By. And now it's the first for this guy. No, it's not While My Guitar Gently Weeps, that'll be later. This one, Long, Long, Long. Yes, it is a bit. It's okay. It's not the greatest George Harrison song, but I like it. But it's, again, there's a hell of a lot better stuff on the White Album. So number 26 is Long, Long, Long. Okay, the longest title of the lot is at 25, which means it's this guy again. And everyone's got something to hide except me and my monkey. Again, it's a great song, I like it. In fact, there's very little I don't like on the White Album. But some tracks that will come lower than others, and that just happens to be the one. By the way, if there are any Beatle nuts out there who are gonna write below, John Lennon wrote the third, fourth and fifth line of that song, so it should be a Lennon-McCartney. You should hold up two pictures. I'm just holding up the picture of the Beatle that's actually more associated with that song. Okay. Carrying on now. I'm afraid it's George again. Nothing wrong with George, he's wonderful. But Savoy Truffle, again, it's okay. It's a good song, I can listen to it, no problem. But it's quite low down, it's number 24. And now we've got a plethora. I may as well just keep this up. I like John Lennon, don't get me wrong, but it just he's the Beatle. The McCartney stuff seems to get better. So how many we've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So good grief. The next 7 songs are this guy, so I'm not going to keep it up. Right, next one then. 23. I'm So Tired. Again, I like the song. Just I prefer others. 22, this one will probably be a surprise for a lot of people who love this, Julia. It starts off well. I don't know, I just think it's a bit dull. It just, but I like it, but it's just not my favourite. Then we're moving on to 21. So we're just out the side of the top 20. No Revolution 9 yet, it's good stuff. Number 20, no it's not, 21. Again, it's a John Lennon song, sung by Ringo. And believe it or not, it's only about 3 years ago I realised it was Ringo singing. I actually always thought it was Paul McCartney. The final track on the album is Good Night. Lovely song. written by John Lennon and sung by Ringo. So we hit the top 20. Yeah, it's there. It's number 20. I love Revolution 9 now. I can sit and listen to it on the earphones and all this madness going round. But then again, I like Yoko, so what do I know? At number 20 then is Revolution 9. 19. I'm not going to make a bad joke here, but I'm sure John Lennon wouldn't think Happiness is a warm gun anymore. Sorry about that. But no, again, it's a good song, but it's got to number 19. So if I'm looking at making this into a solo or one album, you know what I mean, that one would be off. So with this one at number 18, it's Cry Baby Cry, another John Lennon track. But again, I like it. It's a good song, but it's not quite in my top 15. How we do? I've got two more now. Last Lennon for a while. And again, I really do like this one. It just missed out the top 15 as the to make it a single album. Sexy Sadie. It's a good song. I like that one. And the one just outside the top 15. We're back to George again, I'm afraid. He's just missed out with Piggies. I would like Piggies actually, but I say, for me, there are 15 tracks better than that. So, here we go now. These are the songs that if it was a single album, these are the 15 songs I would want to make it probably... Well, Abbey Road's my favourite, but this would make it definitely second favourite. 15. It's him again. It's Mr. McCartney, back again. And it's a tale, again, one that a lot of people don't like, A Tale of Rocky Raccoon. I think it's great. I love the piano and the honky tonk. I just love it. Well, it's a Paul McCartney song. I love him anyway. And at number 14, there we are. Now he's got a couple here. There he is again. He's got two. The next two are this guy. And the first one is The Continuing Story of Bungalow Bill. Well, I like it. And at number 13, is it 13? It is indeed. And number 13, we've got the nice slow version of Revolution, which I do like. There's three versions of Revolution, of course, or three major ones. Revolution 9, Revolution 1, and the B-side of Hey Jude. I like this one. It's a good slow version. So, and we're now back. I think how many we've got? Oh, here we go. I think we've got a few here. 1, 2, 3. We've got 5 now on the trot from Mr. McCartney. 5. So, at number 12, again, another classic. He always does at his live shows. I did see him live a few years ago, and he did this one, of course, Blackbird. Good song. Love it. Number 11, and just outside the old top 10, I think it's the penultimate track on side 2, I Will. Love that song. Short and sweet. Just typical McCartney. Nice, short, nice melody. Love it. Anyway, so let's have a look. Yeah, we got to the top 10 now. Number 10, this was covered I think by Mr. Elton John at one point, back in the USSR. Good song, great rocky start to the White Album as well. That got to number 10. And number 9, I like oldie worldy stuff. Number 9, we've got Honey Pie. I love it, nice sort of 20s, 30s type song. It's good. It's always one of my favourites on that. Even as a nipper, I used to love that one. And here we go, the big one. The big one. I love this. I don't think John Lennon was very impressed with this, but it's a classic, catchy little number of McCartney's. Number 8, Obla-Dee Obla-Da. Good song, love it. I like the Marmalades version as well. Prefer the Beatles. Right, how are we doing? That's number 8. Number 7. Have we got any more of his? Let's have a look. Yes, we've got a couple more. Number 7, it's John again. And this time, the song was covered by Susie and the Banshees, and it's Dear Prudence, and that's made number 7. He's got one more to go. One song coming up was apparently a collaboration. I'm going to hold 2 pictures up there, although I would still class it as a McCartney song. Number 7, that was. Number 6, it's back to him again. One of his nice little ditties that just string along. No problem, just a nice little song. Mother Nature's Son. That's my number 6. And the top 5. The last John Lennon song is at number 5. And it's a little short, again it's a fairly short and sweet one, but I've always loved it. Glass Onion. That made number 5. And number 4, it's the man again. and this time it's Martha My Dear. Done in 1970 by Slade of all people. They did quite a good version, but not as good as the Beatles. I'm going to hold two up here because apparently this was a joint effort, but I still always class this one as a Paul McCartney song. Again, he's done it at his live show, sadly not when I went to see him. Number 3, It's Your Birthday. Good rocky number. So that gives us 2 more to go. There's one by him to go, and there's one by him. Oh well, no one really cares. I'm not going to keep you in suspense. And number 2, wonderful, wonderful song, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Great, great. Well, I can't really say much about that. It's just one of George Harrison's finest, along with Something, Here Comes the Sun, and quite a few others actually. George was very, very underrated. So we got the number 1. We got the number 1. A great rocker. Absolutely loved it. And again, when I went to see him live, 7 years ago now, it was a very, very snowy night. He got there a little bit late and they had to cut the show short, and one of the songs they cut out of it was Helter Skelter. So I've never seen him do Helter Skelter live, but it is my favourite track on the White Album. So that's it. I'd love to hear some comments below what you think. I'm sure that most people probably put Revolution 9 at the bottom, but I love it, and I love Helter Skelter. So there it is. I'm Pete Hall. I keep pointing down there. I hope it's got my name down there. I'm going to feel so stupid if it hasn't. And hopefully if I do get any good responses, I might do something else. I might do my favourite Beatles albums. I might even do my favourite Cloda Rogers songs. Speak to you soon. Bye.